Hello, dear students. How are you doing? Am I audible? The screen is visible to everybody. Can you please confirm it in the comment box? First, let me confirm if I'm audible to everybody. Then we'll start with the session. Okay, please can you confirm in the comment box that if I'm audible to everybody, please? Okay, thank you. So hello everyone, I welcome you all to the SATLAS live. That is basically the YouTube session series that we are conducting for the next attempt that is going to take place for the SAT on the 28th of August. Now, this is a series in which you're getting all the quality questions, all the quality content that is going to make you ready to score whatever you want to score in the examination. Basically, whatever dream score you're having, trust me, if you watch these sessions very seriously, definitely going to get that score. But the reason is that we need to be very much focused in the session and also a little bit hardworking, right? So again, I'm going to repeat that. Welcome to the SATLAS platform, the one-stop solution for the SAT exam. Now today's session is all about the math section, and it is definitely the continuation of the last session that we had day before yesterday, in which we completed the first four topics, basically first four tips. There I gave the whole introduction about that, what this series is going to be about, and how we're going to cover the whole syllabus and everything, and what will be your role and what you will get from this series, or basically what you can expect from this atlas. So all of the things I've covered in the last session. So if you have not watched that session, please go on the YouTube descript, like YouTube channel of the SATLAS, and definitely you can watch that video there, right? So right now, yes, I hope I'm audible. So we can start with the session. So in the last class, we covered few very major topics of the syllabus, basically linear function. Then we covered the perpendicular parallel lines. Then we also discussed about the rate of change. Then we discussed about one very important thing, that is the midpoint formula and the distance formula. Now today we're going to continue this series basically from the topic of system of linear equation, and then we will move to the subsequent topics. Okay, so if you have any doubt, then please, hey Rock Hill, how are you? If you have any doubt, then you can put it in the comment box, or we can start with the step 5. That is the topic of system of linear equation. One of the most easiest yet important topic in a SAT math syllabus. A topic that we have in the unit 1. Okay. So now we'll start with the session. So basically here you can see that we are having the tip 5, that is system of linear equations. Now again, let me tell you that what we are going to do in this particular session, we will cover few topics that is definitely from the syllabus of the math section in your SAT exam. But point is that while covering each and every topic, I'm going to tease that topic in that manner so that you can quickly revise that topic. And after that, instantly we are going to do few questions, few very good questions that are as per the standard of the SAT exam, so that we can check that how much we have grasped the concept, and also we can understand and we can learn that how to build that particular approach that is definitely required for the examination. Okay, so let us start with the session, and basically we're going to start with the system of linear equation. Hello Abhi, I hope you're doing good. So yes, now if we talk about the system of linear equation, this is one topic that most of the students have already studied in, let's say, grade 9, grade 10, right? But still, let us quickly revise it, and what are the important things that we should always keep in mind while attempting any question that is from the system of linear equation. So basically in this particular thing, you need to understand that we are talking about what, two straight lines, because in the last session I've told you that how any linear equation represent a straight line. Now if I give you a system of linear equation, basically if I give you a system of two straight line, then what you're going to do, you will simply, you need to check that what is the relation between those two lines, basically how they are related to each other. So if I take any two straight line, basically if I take two straight line, then they can give me two kinds of relation. Just a second. One relation is that, one relation is that they can be parallel. Second, I guess I'm, yes, okay, now it is working. I'm really sorry for the technical glitch. So basically, yes, they can be either parallel, right, or they can be intersecting, or they can be coincident with each other, right? So we can have three conditions. Now how we use those conditions in mathematical way, so quickly understand that point. So if we have two equation of straight line, they can have exactly one solution, they can have no solution, or they can have infinitely many solutions. So we need to remember that. But how we use that particular condition in the question, so just try to understand that. Here you can see that you will find in many of the materials where they give you only one condition, like this a1 by a2, b1 by b2. But I have seen in the examination, you might have also seen it if you have referred to the previous question, in which they give you the equation in the format y equals to mx plus b, right? So there you have to like, okay, check it, that how I'm going to check the condition. So here you can see that there are two tables. Just understand the table, and maybe you not need to cram it, but yes, if you can do that, then it is also fine. But it is a very simple thing. You just understand what is going on, and then you're good to go. So basically, what if we have the equation in the format a1x plus b1y equals to c1, and a2x plus b2y equals to c2, then again three types of condition can occur. Basically, only one solution. We can also call it to be the unique solution, or no solution, or infinitely many solution. So if we have only one solution, then simply need to do one thing. What is that? That the proportion of what, the ratio of x and y, they won't be in the proportion. Basically what, the ratio of a1 and a2, that is a1 by a2, and the ratio of b1 and b2, that is b1 by b2, won't be equal to each other. So a1 by a2 won't be equal to b1 by b2. Okay, what if we have no solution? So in that condition, what, a1 by a2 will be equal to b1 by b2, but it won't be equal to c1 by c2. Remember that. And if you want to have the condition of infinitely many solution, then this will be the condition where we have the equality, or basically all the three things, that is a b c, that is a1 by a2 is equals to b1 by b2 is equals to c1 by c2. I hope you're getting the idea. Okay, but the next thing is that, what if the equation is given in the format y equals to m1x plus b1 and y equals to m2x plus b2? Now in many of the platforms you might have seen that, okay, they pre-assume that, okay, you will be able to get this thing, right? But here you can see from the table, once you will understand it, you will get the idea. So how many questions can be expected from this? Minimum one question, max it can go two, or max it can go till three. Okay, so one or two you can easily expect, but let's say if you are lucky, then you can have three questions out of it. But definitely that third question will be of a different nature, where they try to give you the question in a different manner. But short at least one or max two question will be there, which will be directly be based on the concept of this particular thing. So if we talk about this thing, then one solution means what? Then the slope values must not be equal to each other. If the slope values will not be equal to each other, then they will always intersect. And when two lines intersect, they will always going to give you one solution. Okay. But no solution means what? The lines are parallel. If lines are parallel, that means what? They will have different y-intercept, but the slope will be equal. So that is the reason we are having m1 equals to m2, but b1 should not be equal to b2. And infinitely many solution means what? That the line should be coincident with each other. Coincident means what? That the lines are nothing but going to have the infinite points which are common to both the lines. Basically, slope is also equal and y-intercept is also equal. I hope you are getting the idea. Okay, if I give you any example for this particular case, because I have seen students getting confused, so you can understand. Let's say x plus y equal to 2, and if I take 2x plus 2y equal to 4. So these two lines are different in terms of the equation, but in terms of the graph, they represent the same equation. And if you see that 1 by 2, 1 by 2, and 2 by 4 is also 1 by 2. So all A, B, C are in proportion. So basically, you can see that infinitely many solutions. Clear with the concept? Now we're going to do the question. Please tell me, are you clear with the concept? Yes or no? Okay, now we'll move on to the questions. So you can see that here we are having two questions. So first question, for which of the following values of k will the system of equation have no solution? Now the moment you see that these equations are in the format of ax plus by equal to c and they are simply telling me no solution. So what should come to your mind? What is the condition of no solution? That will be simply a1 by a2 is equals to b1 by b2 is not equal to c1 by c2, right? So here 2 by 4 should be equal to minus 5 by k should not be equal to 8 by 70. So from here I will equate these two because I want to calculate the value of k. So from here you can see that 1 by 2, I'll cancel it by 2 and k will come out to be minus 10. So D is correct. So hardly you should take 20 seconds to solve these type of questions. Now one thing please, all the students who are watching this video, I really want to convey this message that in the SAT exam, what we tend to do one thing that we assume that okay, exam is going to be very easy, right? Because let's say some students coming from CBSE board, the Indian board, and some is coming from IB or IGCSE, any board you're coming from. We tend to think that okay, we are in grade 11, grade 12, but this exam is going to be like if I talk about the math section, it will be at the level of grade 10, and I'll be able to do this thing. And you also get the feel while seeing the syllabus, right? But one thing I need to tell you that you need to solve 58 questions, that too in 80 minutes, that too in 1 hour 20 minutes. So you can see that 58 questions, that too in 80 minutes, and while managing the time and maintaining the accuracy. So that is the reason that even a very intelligent student might score let's say 650 600, but I really want you all to be in that particular group where the student scores 750 760 770, and for that you need to correct at least 53 to 54 questions. So that means you can only afford to incorrect 3 to 4 questions. That also I don't want you to incorrect in the examination, but trust me, if you want to reach to up to that level, you cannot take the things easy, right? If we want to be, let's say if you want to have the extraordinary result, we have to put what extra efforts also, and extra efforts does not come from that attitude where you take the things what in an easy manner. Even if that is something like okay, we say easy, we need to take that as per the serious, because these type of question you will have in the examination for sure, right? For sure, even you can simply say that okay sir, for sure the question will come from the system of linear equation, right? But how much time you will take, right? You have not seen the question, what kind of question can come out. So that is the reason while practicing the question, even if you feel the topic is easy, please don't lose your attitude, please be serious and try to take it in that terms that okay, I'm going to take it as that much serious. The way I'm going to take it is in the examination. Okay, I'm really sorry I'm fumbling because I'm facing two things, right? Okay, I'm having blisters in my mouth and also my like okay throat is not doing well. So definitely I'm sorry for that. Now we'll start with the thing. Then I'm going to share one story or basically one thing that I've read about the like okay, the so-called god of cricket, Sachin Tendulkar, right? You might have heard the name of, right? So definitely I'm going to tell you about one thing. So let us do few questions and few topics. Then we're going to discuss about that. So now, if we have the second question in this particular thing, we are going to have in the system of equation above, a and b are constant. Okay, if the system has infinitely many solution, what is the value of a plus b? So try to understand. Infinitely many solution means what? Everything should be in proportion, right? Everything should be in proportion. A, B, C all should be in proportion. So sir, 5 by a should be equal to minus 2 by b should be equal to 3 by 6. Now if I want to calculate a, so I'm going to equate the first one and the last one. So here I will get 5 by a. Now see, in the examination, don't write this thing again. Simply simplify it, and then while equating it, you take directly the cross multiplication. So I can see that this will become 5 times 2 and this will become 1 into a, that is a. So a is 10. Similarly, if I equate these two, so I will get what? Minus 2 into 2, and I will have b into 1, that is b is basically b times 1 is b. So b is minus 4. So what is a plus b? A plus b will simply be 6. So 6 is your answer. Got it? Okay. Now, let us move on to the next question. If you have any doubt, then please put it in the comment box, whether it is about the approach or you have something else in your mind that, okay, sir, what happens if I approach the question in this way? Anything you have in your mind, you can put it in the comment box. Yes. The third question is in the system of equations above, we are having a and b again to be constant for which of the following values of A and B, will the system have no solution? No solution means what? Parallel. Parallel means what? A and B should be in proportion but not equal to what? C1 by C2, right? So we will have 3 by A should be equal to B by minus 4 should not be equal to 3 by 6, right? So here I can see that if I equate these two, again this will be 1 by 2. So I will get 3 into 2 equal to A. So A is what? Uh, just a second. A will be 6. Okay. Okay, this should not be equal to 6. And then if we talk about this, so here this will be b into 2 equal to minus 4. That is b should not be equal to minus 2. So just a second, in the system for which of the will have no solution. No, okay, okay, okay. Yes, no solution means what? We are taking the parallel route, right? Parallel means what? A and B should be in proportion. So you can see that we are not getting the solution in that way. So you might get stuck in such condition in the examination. So I'm telling you what is the second way. You know that if I take, because I have taken other two pair side, now I'm going to take the first two. So this will give me 3 into minus 4 should be equal to AB. So AB should be equal to minus 2. Now A should not be equal to 6 and B should not be equal to minus 2, right? So here you can see that if A times B becomes minus 12, I will see that the system have no solution. And the only pair that is going to give me this is 3 into minus 4, that is minus 12. So in this question, you are not getting what exactly that you wanted, basically the value of A and B. But try to understand the condition is what that is being mattered here. What is that? That the product of AB should not be minus 12, right? So that is the reason we are going to what? For which of the following values will the system have no solution? So if A becomes 3, B becomes minus 4, for sure we will get this thing, and that is the reason this will be. Got it? Okay. Now we will move on to the next thing. So basically, what you need to understand one thing. What is that? That is the next question, in which again we are going to have a very good question. In the system of equation above, we can see that A is constant, right? And if the system has no solution, what is the value of A? Again, see, no solution means what? The parallel line should come to your mind, right? Parallel lines mean what? That A and B are in the proportion and they're not equal to C1 by C2. So I will have A by A minus 1 equals to 3 by A minus 1 equals to 6 by 2. I guess 6 by 2 is 3. So here you can see that if I equate these two, A equal to 3A minus 3, that means what? 3 equal to 3A minus 8, that means 3 equal to 2A, or we can see that A is equals to 3 by 2. But again, we can see that no condition is which can give us this particular thing. So what we'll do here, if I see that, just a second, 6 by 2 we have taken it correct, A by A minus 1, 3 by A minus 1, yes. So we will equate this two. So clearly you can see that here if A becomes 3, if A becomes 3, then this will for sure be what? This become equals, right? And this will also be equal to 3. We don't want that. What I'm trying to say, if A becomes what? 3 here, then these two be equal and this won't be equal to this thing. Are you getting my point? What we want, first two conditions should be equal, should not be equal to the third condition. So if A becomes 3, this will be 3 by 2, this will also be 3 by 2, but this is equal to 3. So that is 3 by 2 equal to 3 by 2, not equal to 3. So for sure the answer is 3. Are you getting my point? That is the way we're going to approach the question. So in these type of question, you might not get some time that okay, which to be equated to what. But trust me, within 1.5 minutes, you don't have that much time to think. So what you do, whatever you have in front of you, just try to apply that. Trust me, even like as a teacher, in few questions we try to do that only. I'm being very honest. That right. Sometimes in maths we are not able to see the answer. Right? Okay, solution is way far from us. Let's say it will take 5 steps. So we need to go step by step. And in maths, one beauty is there that once you start writing the solution, once you start solving the question, at least if not the solution, you can see the very next step. So that can totally lead you to the solution. So that is the reason that in maths you should not stop yourself. Once you get the idea that what question is asking, just keep writing the solution, keep trying it, you will get to the solution. Okay, next question. So in this question, fifth question, okay, so now we are going to have two questions that are based on the language. So let us quickly see that okay what they are asking to us. So but yes, before that I would like to know that if you have any doubts, please tell me. Yes, students, do you have any doubt? Okay. So now if we talk about the question number 5, the cost of long distance telephone call is determined by a basic fixed charge for the first 5 minutes. Okay, now see this type of question are way like okay, they are very frequent. Okay, because what they will do in terms of making the linear equation, they will give you something that is particularly constant for the process, and then they will give some type of condition. Like let us see in this particular question. Here you can see that the cost of long distance telephone call is determined by a basic charge for the first 5 minutes. So for the first 5 minutes, we have a fixed charge and a fixed charge for each additional minute. So for the first 5 minutes, it is fine, right? But the moment you start talking, even after 5 minutes, so for each minute, they will simply like, okay, I'm going to add, let's say, K dollars, okay? So if a 15-minute call, so we have a 15-minute call cost $3.5 and a 20-minute call cost $4.75. So 15-minute call. So if we assume that for the first 5 minutes they are charging, let's say, A, and for each additional minute they are charging what, K. So what I will get for the first 5 minutes A, then the person has talked 10 minutes extra. So 10 minutes, and for each minute, if the company is simply charging K, so it will be 10K. This is equals to 3.5. But also a 20-minute call. So for 20 minutes, again for the first 5 minutes, it will be $8. But for the next 15 minutes, for each minute, it will be K dollars or whatever, like okay, whatever be the unit. Okay, it can be in cents also, but yes, whatever the unit of the money. But yes, for each minute it is K. So for 15, that will be 15K. It is equal to 4.75. Now they're asking what is the total cost in dollars of a 40-minute call. So definitely we want to calculate the value of A and K here. So what we will do, this is 3.50. So first of all, let us calculate the value of A. For that, or we can do one thing, we can calculate the value of K, subtract it. If we subtract it, I've told you that when we subtract two equation, we change the sign of the terms of the second equation. That's what we have done here. This will cancel out minus 5K and 3.50 and minus 4.75. So minus 4.75 plus 3.50, that will be what, that will be minus 1.25. So from here minus minus gets cancelled out and K will be 0.25 dollars. That means it will be 25 cents. Okay, if I put K here, so A plus 10 into 0.25 equals to 3.50. So A plus this will become 2.5 equal to 3.5. So the fixed rate is $1. Fixed rate is $1, and then we have 0.25. So for a 40-minute call, it will be what? For first 5 minutes, it will be 1, and then for the next 35, it will be 35 into 0.25. Okay, so 35 into 0.25 will be what? That will be 8.75. So answer is what? 9.7. So I have explained the question in such manner that in one time only you get the idea how to solve these type of question. Okay, you have to solve the system of equation. We cannot do anything about that. Okay, there is no short trick for that. Even if somebody is telling you that, then trust me, is not doing a good thing, because these are the questions. As I've been telling you that few questions are totally based on the conceptual clarity. You have to spend that standard time limit that they have given you for per question. They have not set it. You can take for a question, let's say 5 minutes also, but definitely you don't want to do that because you have limited time, right? And you have to solve other question also. But few questions will take 1 minute or 2 minutes, right? For that, whenever you are like saving the time from the easy question, that time will easily get utilized in such question where you have to perform the whole calculation. Got it? Understood? Please give me yes or no in the comment box. I will have a sip of good water. Okay, shall we move on? Okay, now next question. So the tickets for a movie, now I'm going to solve it in that way that okay, the way you need to solve it in the examination. So quickly see that how we're going to solve it in, let's say, within 1 minute. Okay, the tickets for a movie cost is $8. For adults it is $5 for so basically for adults it is $8, for children it is $5. Total of 200 tickets were sold and total amount is this, how many adults tickets were sold. If I assume number of adults to be, let's say x, and number of children to be y, so I know that x plus y should be 200, right? But for each adult ticket I have $8, so 8 into x plus 5 into y, this should be 1360. Now what they want us to find the number of adult tickets. For that I need to calculate the value of x, so I need to eliminate y, so I'm going to multiply this 5, so this will give me 5x plus 5y equals to 1000. And in this manner, when I subtract these two equations, this will cancel out. 8x minus 5x is 3x, 1360 minus 1000 is 360, and in this manner x is 120. I don't think that even we have taken 1 minute for this question. Hardly we have taken 45, right? 120 is the correct answer. In that manner, we have solved this question. I guess max 40 second, 45 second. See, the reason behind, like, okay, why I repeatedly tell you that, okay, in this much second we have solved this question. So to tell you that, okay, what is the mindset that you need to have while giving this examination, while attempting the paper of SAT, because this is something that you need to prepare yourself for, right? Because there you won't get much time. You will think that we have a lot of time. Definitely, if you're a good question, if you're a good student, you have practiced a lot, you will find that you are able to solve, let's say, non-calculated paper, let's say, in 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Now there are many YouTube videos where they claim that, okay, I've solved the question in 5 minutes, I've solved the question paper in 5 minutes, 6 minutes. See, we have many things around us, we see a lot of things around us, but I have, like, okay, I guess 2 days back only I read one thing, that this whole world is actually what we believe, that we are living on the reality. Basically, we feel that, we believe that what we see is the reality. But trust me, more than half of our lives, or more than, like, okay, half of the world is definitely just living on the perception. Whatever perception you have, in that manner only you are seeing the things. Trust me, this is something that really hit me. I actually, like, thought about it for, let's say, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, then I was able to, like, grasp that idea, that, okay, what exactly do we mean by reality and perception, and what exactly this particular line is trying to tell us, what message it is trying to tell us. So whatever, like, content that you are seeing on the daily basis, trust me, only few things, like, okay, only few platforms are there. Trust me, SATLAS is one of them, which is definitely not going to misguide you just on the basis of that, okay, if you want the watch time or anything. Whatever you're going to get is the actual quality content that is more than sufficient for what, for the examination, for the preparation of the examination. We are not going to, like, okay, tell you something extra just to, like, okay, make you happy or something. No, whatever you're getting it here, it is on the point. Just simply see it, do your hard work, and you will get through it. Trust me, this is the basic thing, okay, that Atlas is providing you. Whatever you are seeing around you, okay, say, I'm not talking about that, okay, each platform is something that, okay, is not going to give you the exact thing. Many platforms are there, but many platforms are there which are definitely not giving you the exact thing which is required for the examination. First they will, like, okay, like, sometimes, to go from A to B, this is my, like, maths professor in my college, like, used to tell us, some people do it like this, some people will do it like this. Now tell me which person you want to become in the life. Are you getting my point? This is something you need to decide on your own, and it all depends on what resources you are using, what character you are carrying with yourself, right? Now we'll move on to the next step now, that is basically step 6, area enclosed by lines. Any doubt in the previous topic, system of linear equation? Okay, so then we'll move on to the next topic, that is area enclosed by lines. Again, one of the most easiest topic, but yes, first you need to understand the concept, that, okay, what exactly we need to focus on the question that comes from this particular topic, or which are definitely based on what, finding the area. If we talk about this topic, only thing you need to understand, that in order to find the area enclosed by the lines, always try to have an idea about what x-intercept, y-intercept of the line, and the point of intersection of the line. This is a 5-star thing. Basically, it has that much importance, and this is definitely important. But you can see that if I have given 5 stars to it, definitely it is going to play a very important role. Okay. Now, if we talk about the question number one, so basically question number one, you can see that they have given us the equation of line, and then they have given us one thing, the graph of y equals to mx plus 4, definitely shown in the xy plane. If the area of the triangle PQR is 6, what is the value of it? This is a very simple question. I know that you should be able to do it. I'm giving you exactly 30 seconds. Solve it out. Okay. So basically what, if this is y equals to mx plus 4, I can see that y intercept is 4 here. So this will be what? 0 comma 4. If you go for x intercept, for that put y equal to 0, that will give you m, or basically x equal to minus 4 by m. So this point b is minus 4 by m comma 0. So this is the base, this is the altitude. We know that area of triangle is what? That is 1 by 2 into base into height. So this will be what? 1 by 2. Base is minus 4 by m. Height is 4, and this is equals to 6. So 2 times 2 cancel, right? Then 2 times this is 3, and m is equals to minus 4 by 3. Got it? Simple question. Any doubt? Okay. Next question. The graph of the function f and g are shown in the xy plane. What is the area of RST? RST. Clearly, I can see that I can get R and S quickly by calculating the y-intercept. For y-intercept, we know that for y-intercept, what we do, we put x equals to 0, and whatever value of y we get, that is nothing but your y-intercept. If I put x equals to 0 here, y-intercept will be minus 2. That means this point R is nothing but 0 comma minus 2. If we talk about this particular line, that is gx function. So if I put x equal to 0, I will get y equals to 8. So s is nothing but 0 comma 8. Now I need to find the point of intersection. Why? Because we want to calculate the area of triangle. Now we know this length, right? What will be this length? This length is 8 above the x-axis. This length is 2. So what will be the total length? That is 10. I hope you are getting the idea. Now to calculate t, we know that y equals to x minus 2 and y equal to minus x plus 8. What you do? Equate them, because y is this, y is this. So for point of intersection, we are going to equate them. This will give us 2x equal to 10. So basically, x is 5. Now, no need to calculate the value of y. Why? Because whatever you're going to get it, we don't care about it, because once you've got the x-intercept, that sorry, x coordinate of this point t, this length is what? 5. Are you getting my point? If we talk about any point a comma b on the Cartesian plane, this is a, this is b, right? So here this is 5. So what will be the area of triangle? So 1 by 2, base is 10, and the height is 5. So I guess 25 is your answer. Got it? Knowing that we don't need to calculate the y coordinate of the point t is nothing but the wisdom that you will have once you will get thorough with the conceptual clarity, getting the idea, getting the point. Because we always want to reach to that wisdom level, right? But we don't care about the intelligence and the insight that we need to create out of the knowledge that we have. Okay, so there are four things: intelligence, knowledge, insight, then we have the final step, wisdom. You get the information, right? Basically, we have the data, you get the information, you build the intelligence. Once you build the intelligence, you are able to connect the dots. That's what we call to be the knowledge. Once you get the knowledge, you are able to connect with the things that are related to your goal, right? That what we call to be the creating the insight, developing the insight. And once you are able to do that, then you can reach to the final level, that is the wisdom. Are you getting my point? Okay, so we move on to the next question. question number 3 we have already done. So question number 2, in the xy plane, line M and line L are perpendicular and intersect at point 2 comma 6. Okay. What is the area of triangle PQR? They have given us P also. They're asking the area of this particular triangle. This particular triangle. I'm giving you 30 seconds to think about the question. It is not that type of question which can be solved, let's say, within 15, 20 or max 30 seconds. Yes, we need to find few results, then we will be able to reach to the final answer. Try to create the insight what this line particular will help you. Line M and line L are perpendicular. Take 30 seconds. Try to think. Last 15 seconds. Okay. They've given us this line L and line M are perpendicular to each other. So we know one thing. What is that? That I can calculate the slope of L. How? Because I have 2 points on line L, right? So I have the slope as 6 minus 0 divided by 2 minus minus 2. That will come out to be 6 by 6. That is 1. If slope of line L is 1, so what will be the slope of line M? Or let me call it slope of M. That will be negative reciprocal of 1. That is minus 1. Sir, why you have calculated the slope of this line? Because I want point Q, and point Q can be calculated using the equation of line, right? But you will be able to do that once you will have the equation of this line, and you will get the equation of line when you have the point but also the slope. So you have got the slope. If I talk about the equation of M, that will be y minus 6 equals to minus times x minus 2. So y minus 6 equals to minus x plus 2. So x plus y is equals to 8. Once I get that, for q, for q, what we will do? Put y equal to 0 because we are talking about the x intercept. That means x is 8. So q is what? That is 8 comma 0. Once we get the value of q, that is 8 comma 0, we can see that this base is what? PQ length. This is mine. This is 4. This is 8. So PQ is 12. R point is 2 comma 6. So what is the height? Height is, yes, 6. So height is 6. So height is 6. So area is 1 by 2 into 6 into 12. That will be a 6. Very good question. Trust me, this type of question will be there in the examination, because whatever time you're going to save in a simple question, you have to spend that in these questions, because you need to calculate certain results. You need to perform certain calculation to reach to the final answer. Give me yes or no. You got the solution, understood this explanation part. Done? Okay. So now we'll move on to the next step. That is the tip, or basically the topic of line reflection. Very, very interesting concept, because you just need to understand few results and you are good to go with this particular topic. So let us quickly revise this particular topic. Then we'll see what type of questions that are coming from it. Okay. Now, line reflection. So basically, what in this type of particular topic, what we need to understand that we know one thing. Whenever we look in the mirror, we can see the reflection. Now, can you tell me what is one thing that comes to our mind when we think about reflection? What is one thing that comes to our mind when we think about reflection? Can you tell me in the comment box what is one thing that comes to our mind when we think about the reflection? That is, sir, whenever we talk about the reflection, the left becomes right and the right becomes left. Right? Like right now I'm teaching you. But if I talk about my right hand, then it seems that okay, it is showing me the left hand. Are you getting my point? So the same thing happened in the mirror also. So mathematically, the image of figures by reflecting over a line is created as follows. So if we talk about the reflection about the x-axis, so you just need to understand that what happens to the points that are nothing but contained by the graph of the curve or the straight line. So reflecting across the x-axis, a point nothing but changes to what? Its y coordinate. Y coordinate will become the what? The negation of y coordinate will happen, or basically the y coordinate will become negative. Like if earlier it was 2 comma 4, it will become now 2 comma minus 4. That is something that you need to understand. So whenever they ask you to take the reflection about x-axis, what you do? You don't replace x will remain x only, but you replace y with minus y, and you are done. Okay. Similarly, if you want to take the reflection about or across the y-axis, what will happen? X, the negation of x will happen, or basically x will get replaced by negative x, y will remain same. What about reflection about y equal to x? Then what? The x and y will interchange their position. That means x comma y will become y comma x. If you want to reflect across y equal to minus 6, then x and y will interchange their position, but also the negation will happen. So x comma y will become minus y comma minus x. And if we talk about the reflection across the x origin, then sorry, the origin, then the only changes that will come is that the negation of both points will happen, because the the reflection across the origin is nothing but take one point in the diagonally opposite quadrant. Are you getting my point? So if it is in the first quadrant, x and y will both be positive, but if it the point comes in the third quadrant, x and y will become negative. If it is in second quadrant, it will come to the fourth quadrant. So again, the same thing will happen. Minus x will become plus x, y will become negative y. So ultimately, x and y are nothing but the negation of x and y is happening. Got it? Okay, I hope you got the idea that what happens when we take the reflection across x-axis, y-axis, the y equal to x line and y equal to minus x line and the origin. Now we have three questions, so let us quickly solve all of them. Okay, so to understand that, okay, what type of question comes in the examination on the basis of this particular topic, and also how to solve them quickly and easily. Okay, let me have a sip of hot water again. It is not that hot. Okay, so don't judge me that okay how I am able to drink it directly from the booth. Okay. In the xy plane, the first question. In the xy plane, the line L is the reflection of line M. Line L is the reflection of line M across the x-axis. The moment they say that the reflection about the x-axis, what should come to your mind? X will remain same, the negation of y will happen. If the equation of line M is this, what is the slope of line L? So first of all, let us find the equation of line L. How we will do that? Replace y with minus y. So minus y equal to x by 5 minus 6. That means y equal to minus x by 5 plus 6. Clearly here, if we compare it with this, so m is minus 1 by 5. So answer is minus 1 by 5. Got it? This is how we will solve the question quickly and easily. If we know what happens when the reflection takes place about specific things across x-axis, across y-axis, across like or basically about y equal to x line or y equal to minus x line or the origin. Okay, got it? Okay, now let us move on to the next question. In the xy plane, the line L is the reflection of line M across the y-axis. So they are talking about the reflection across the y-axis. That means negation of x will happen. So if the two lines intersect at the point A comma B, which of the following must be true? So try to understand. We know that whenever a reflection, say I'm explaining you, okay, so try to understand the concept. Reflection across a y-axis happens, then what happens? X will become minus x, y will become y only, right? But they are saying that a comma b is nothing but the point of intersection of both the lines. So try to understand. If I take any line, let's say if I take this kind of line, then this will become what after taking the reflection about y-axis, this will become like this. If I take this particular line, let's say, after reflection, this line will become like this. Can you see that the only point of reflection that will come on the y-axis? Getting the point? If you stand in front of mirror, what will be the point of intersection of you and your image? If you touch the mirror, then at that point where you're touching the mirror, at the same point your image will also be touching the mirror. So that is the only point of intersection that you are having with your image, right? I- are you getting my point? Let's say if we have this type of two lines, let's say if I have a line like this perpendicular, then the image will be this, no point of intersection. And you're getting my point. So to have a point of intersection, they have to intersect on the y-axis. And on the y-axis, what? This will lie on this will lie on y-axis, and we know that on y-axis x is 0. So for sure a is 0. A very conceptual question. Okay, you'll be able to do such type of question, let's say within 10 second, 15 second. But for that you need to have that much understanding of the concept. Understood? Now we'll move on to the next question. If the graph of 2x minus 3y equals to 6 is reflected across the x-axis, the moment they the moment you read about the reflection about x-axis, what should come to your mind? Negation of y, x will remain same. Which of the following represented? So what will happen? 2x minus 3 minus y equal to 6. 2x plus 3y equal to 6. 10 seconds. So in these type of question, I can believe that okay that the question can be done in 5 or 10 seconds. Why? Because the concept is easy. There is not much like okay numerical solution is there for these type of question. The only thing you need to do is simply replace the x and y. Are you getting my point? So that won't like okay give you some numerical calculation. So you have to spend time into that. But the only requirement for such type of question is that you should know the concept very well, so that you can apply it very quickly and solve it very quickly, and that too easy. Got it? Good evening. Good evening. So question number 3 is correct. Okay. Option B is done. Okay. Now comes the topic of quadratic equation. So one of the most important, definitely a topic in which not like I should say a lot of theory is there, but yes, a theory like okay, which you can not only cram but you need to understand that first, right? So quadratic function is a very 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 important topic of your syllabus. You can easily expect two question out of it. Okay, one can be based on the graph and one can be based on the standard format of the equation. Okay, so please understand the topic first. We will have a quick revision of it, let's say within 5 to 7 minutes, and then we will be doing the questions that are based on it. Okay, please tell me if you have any doubt till it. Please tell me if you have any doubt till now. Getting everything? Okay, then we'll move on. So basically, in this particular topic, you need to know only three things. Okay. See, I could have taught you this particular topic. If you really want that, okay, you want to learn this particular topic in depth, in detail, I will definitely can make a video over it, but you have to give it like okay in the comment section that okay you really want a lecture over it. But yes, right now I will try my best that okay you can revise it very quickly and we won't leave any important things. Okay, we will cover everything that is required for the examination. Okay, so yes, quadratic function. So here, if we talk about this, so in algebra, quadratic function is what? Nothing but a polynomial function in which the highest degree term is nothing but a second degree term, right? Basically, the highest power will be what? 2 for the variable, right? This is what we mean by this particular statement. Now, there are three types of form in which we can write the quadratic function. Are you getting my point? There are three types of format in which we can write the quadratic function. And for all the three format, we need to know two things. That what will be the axis of symmetry, what will be the vertex. For that, you need to understand that why we are having axis of symmetry and the vertex. So remember that any quadratic function represents a parabola. Now, if you have like okay y equal to quadratic equation in terms of x, basically the power of x is 2. So in that manner, the parabola can be the upward parabola or the downward parabola. So only two kinds of parabola can be there, either the upward parabola or the downward parabola. Remember this. Now, for the parabola, even if it is not this, like other than these two types of parabola, that is not in your syllabus. But for any parabola, we always have the axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry is nothing but that line which is nothing but bisect the parabola. Okay, like this. And then we have one point which we call the vertex. So this point is called to be the vertex. Vertex is what? That point about which the parabola seems symmetric, or that point about which the parabola again change its direction. Like here it is coming down down down, and after a particular point it has again started going back. So that point is vertex. Similarly here, and vertex is also that point through which the axis of symmetry is going to pass through. Or basically axis of symmetry and parabola intersect at only one point. That is what we call to be the vertex. Clear with the concept of the vertex and the axis of symmetry? Okay. Now let us quickly understand the standard format, the vertex format, and the factored format. Standard form is nothing but the ax square plus bx plus c. Most of the students know it already, in which a should not be 0. Why a cannot be 0? Because if a becomes 0, the term ax square will vanish away and it will no longer be a quadratic equation or quadratic function. So it will only be bx plus c, that is linear function. So for that, a can never be 0. X is a symmetry we talk about, then it is nothing but x equal to minus b by a. Remember that. One thing that you should always remember, whatever the equation of x is of symmetry, that will also going to give you the x coordinate of the vertex. Like here, you can see that x coordinate of the vertex is minus b by 2a. How we are going to calculate the y coordinate? For that, you simply calculate the value of y at x equal to minus b by 2a. That's why they have written here f of minus b by 2a. Okay, so that we can do it. If we talk about the second thing, that is the vertex format, that is very common in the exam, because on this, like there are high chances that the question will be based on this particular thing. So try to understand here that we are going to have the function in the format fx equals to a times x minus h whole square plus k. Here again a should not be 0, but yes, here you can see that there is the appearance of h and k, and h and k is nothing but going to be the vertex of the parabola. Okay, basically the parabola that is being represented by the quadratic function, and x equal to h is what? The x equal to h is what? The axis of symmetry. So remember that here we are having a times x minus h whole square, and then we are having plus k. Student, write a times x plus h whole square plus k. No, it is x minus h whole square plus k. Remember this. Then we have what? Then we have factor format. Factor format is nothing but which provides you directly the roots of the quadratic because it is in this format fx equals to a times x minus x1 times x minus x2. You can easily get that once you factorize the quadratic function. So you will get it in this format a times x minus x1 times x minus x2. Remember one thing, that for any parabola, whether it is upward parabola or if it is downward parabola, whatever 2 points at which the graph is cutting the x-axis, that will be x1 x2 because those are nothing but the roots of the quadratic function. If you take the average of that, that will give you the x coordinate of the vertex or nothing but the x equal to average of the x1 and x2, that is x1 plus x2 by 2, that will give you the axis of symmetry. Remember that always. It does not matter if it is upward parabola, downward parabola, always the x coordinate of the vertex will be nothing but the average of the root values x1 plus x2 by 2. And how are you going to get the value of y for that? Just put the value of x1 plus x2 by 2, whatever you're going to get it, put it in the function, calculate the value of y. So in within like okay 4 to 5 minutes, I have told you the most important part of this particular topic, all the three formats, all the three forms that we have for the quadratic function, and for each form what is the formula for the axis of symmetry and for the vertex. Any doubt? Yes, students, do we have any doubt here? Okay, then we'll move on to the next important part. That is what that we need to understand. That remember that whenever we talk about the upward parabola, always a should be positive, and for downward parabola, a will be negative. Remember this point always, always, always. That a is positive always for upward parabola, and if we are having downward parabola, it is all about what, having a negative. Okay, so the upward nature and the downward nature depends on the sign of a. It cannot be zero. So if it is positive, we will have upward parabola. If it is negative, a is negative, then we'll have downward parabola. Okay. Now we're going to start with the question. So how many questions we have for the quadratic? So we are going to have the, okay, we will discuss 6 questions. Okay. So we will discuss all the 6 questions thoroughly. So try to give your full focus here. Okay. If you have any doubt, then you can ask me without any hesitation. Yes. Okay. Question 1 and 2 refer to the following information. So nothing but it is a kind of a paragraph type of question in which you have the paragraph. H equals to 256 t minus 16 t square. Okay. So we have been given H equals to 256 t minus 16 t square. Okay. A ball is thrown straight up from the ground with an initial velocity of 256 meter per second. The equation above describe the height of the ball can reach in t seconds. So basically, h is representing the height and t is representing what? T is representing time. Now, what they're asking the first question: if the ball reaches its maximum height in k seconds, what is the value of k? Just try to understand one thing, that they want us to find the maximum height. One thing I can be very much sure about, that this is nothing but quadratic in t, dependent variable is h. So if I compare it with this ax square, sorry, if I compare it with at square plus bt plus c, basically the quadratic in t. So clearly I have a equals to minus 16 and b equals to 256, right? So here I'm going to have the downward parabola. Okay. Now I want to find the maximum height. Maximum height, I know that what? I can easily calculate that using what? Vertex, because the highest point will have the vertex. If I have the downward parabola, vertex represent the highest point. If I have the upward parabola, so the lowest point is the vertex. Now they're asking the time. We know that time is the x coordinate, and we know that the x coordinate of the parabola for the vertex is minus b by 2a. So this will be t equal to minus b, that is 256. A is 2 times minus 16. So this is nothing but 256 by 2 into 16. So this is nothing but 16, or 16 by 2 is 8. So 8 is correct. Now you can understand that even when you know the concept, how beautiful this question is, because trust me, a student who has not practiced very much, like who has not practiced a decent amount of question in the quadratic function, will not be able to get this question so easily, and that too in a quick manner, because he will or she will like think first about the calculation part, that okay, what to be like, okay, which part to be focused more, because they will get stuck at this point. Why they have given 256? Okay, 256 is here also. Is this representing the initial velocity? All those questions will eat their time, and definitely that is not the thing that we really want in this particular examination. Getting my point? Now, what is the maximum height? We know that maximum height we will get at this particular t, because at vertex, whatever y coordinate you want to calculate, I have told you that will be nothing but at this particular value of x. So you calculate the value of h at 8. So h of 8 will be 256 times 8 minus 16 times 8 square. So 256 into 8 we have, we can do one thing, 256 8, right? So I can take 16 and 8 common. So you can calculate that using calculator for sure. Okay, but I'm just showing you that how we can do it very quickly in this manner. Also 16 times 8. Here only 16 will be remaining. Here only one 8 will be remaining. So this is 16 into 8 into 8. It is nothing but 16 into 64, which will give you what? I guess 1024. Because this is nothing but one. Like, okay, how I have done it. Let me show you. 60 plus 4. So what I did, this will become 60 into 6. We know that what it is going to be, 960 plus 16 into 4 is what? Yes, 64. This is what. So this is nothing but, okay, I'm not like, okay, showing off, but yes, you can do it within seconds using the calculator. This type of question will for sure come in the calculator section. Okay, got it? Understood both the questions? Okay. Now next question. Question number 3 and 4. So question number 3 is saying if the function is here, above has a vertex at point h comma k in the xy plane, what is the value of k? So they are nothing but asking for the k, or basically y coordinate of the vertex. Now student will do one thing. What they will do? They will try to convert it into other format. But no, what you do, I have told you, you can easily calculate the x coordinate anytime, right? If it is in the factored form, remember that what I told you. If we have the quadratic function in the factored format, then the x coordinate of the vertex, like h comma k we want, so h will be x1 plus x2 by 2. Once you get this value, put it here, you will get the value of k also. Are you getting my point? Here I can see that x1 is minus 2, x2 is 10. Student do mistake here that they take it as 2 only. No, x minus x1 it should be. So x minus minus 2. So what will be h? Minus 2 plus 10 divided by 2. 8 by 2, that is 4. Once you get the value of h, put it here. This will become 1 by 2. 4 plus 2, 6. 4 minus 10. 4 minus 10, minus 6. So I guess this is minus 18. Hardly took us 30 seconds to solve this question. Max 45. But this can only be done when you know the formula and you know the concept that okay, I can calculate the, you have to talk in mind while solving this type of question, that okay, I'm calculating the x intercept, sorry, x coordinate of the vertex, that will lead me to the y coordinate of the vertex. I will put the x coordinate there. So these are the things that should be there in your mind while solving this question. Then only you can solve it very easily, and that too quickly. Okay. Question number 4. Y equals to 3x square minus 6x plus 10. So which of the following is equivalent to the equation above? This is for sure not correct. We don't know about BCD. So what they're asking, which is equivalent. So we know that one thing, that okay, they I can see that 3 have been taken out common. So let us do that. 3 if I take common, this will become x square minus 2x plus 10. I want to make it a perfect square. Clearly, I will add 1 times x minus 1 whole square minus 3 plus 10. This is nothing but 3 times x minus 1 whole square plus 7. B is correct. Got it? Okay. I'll move on to the next question. Question number 5. So question number 5 is asking us that if the graph is given of the nothing but quadratic function, then which of the following must be true? A less than 0, B greater than 0, C greater than 0. For sure, A is less than 0. Why? I have told you that whenever it is downward parabola, A will be negative. Right? So I require 1 in the option, and all the options are containing 1. So it is not helping us out. Okay. Now if we talk about B and C, clearly you need to know one thing. What is that about C? What is this? I've seen many students who don't know about it. So please quickly understand it. Y equals to ax square plus bx plus c. If we put if we put x equals to 0, we can see that we will get y equal to c. Now, can you tell me what happens, or what we get for the value of y when we put x equal to 0? What that is called in the terminology that we use is for the graph, that we call to be the y-intercept, right? So y equal to c is nothing but the y-intercept, or we should see that 0 comma c is nothing but a point that is nothing but the graph intersect. Wherever it is intersecting, that point is 0 comma c. So just try to understand from this above graph, this is the point 0 comma c. This is clearly in the positive y-axis, right? So for sure c should be positive. So this is also true, must be true. So third is also correct. So this rejected, this rejected. Now we need to know about b also, b greater than 0. One thing you need to understand here, what is that? We want to talk about b here. But for B, you need to understand one thing. What is that? That here, clearly we have one thing. What is that? The vertex. Vertex is what? Positive. Basically, if I talk about vertex, so H is positive, K is positive. And we know that vertex is x coordinate is minus b by 2. It should be positive. If minus b by 2 is positive, that means b by 2 should be negative. Yes or no? Negative times something is positive, that means that something should also be negative, then only that product is going to give you positive. X into y, let's say negative, x is negative, for sure y should also be negative, then only that product is positive. But we know that a is what? A is negative here. And we know that if a is negative, then b must be positive, because any fraction becomes negative only when one of the numerator or denominator is negative, other should be positive. Like if numerator is negative, denominator should be positive, or denominator is negative, numerator should be positive, then only that fraction will be right, should be negative. So if a is negative, b must be positive, so second is also correct. So d is correct. This is a very good level question. Okay, trust me, this type of question, many of the students don't like okay, they are not able to do it in the very first go, or at least they spend too much time. But trust me, once you will get that idea that okay, what are the things that we need to focus on while calculating the sign of a b c. Like for a, check the upward and downward nature. For c, check the y intercept. And for b, you check the vertex, that in which quadrant it is lying. For that you will get the sign of that, and you will get the nature of B also. So in that manner, you will be able to see that what is the sign of ABC. If it is coming in the must condition, you just check that out in the option, and in that manner you will get it easy. Okay. So here you can see that which option should be correct. That is D option. Okay. Now we'll see one final question in this particular topic. That is question number 6. Now, if we talk about question number 6, let me erase it a little bit so that you can have the you can have a good look of the question at least, right? This is a good question. I will ask you to solve it. I'm going to give it 30 seconds. Go for it. Solve the question. I'm giving you 30 seconds. Okay, so in this question, you can see that what form they have given is the vertex form. Now they're asking that function is defined by equation above a, h, k are constant. If a and k are negative, they are saying that a is negative, k is also negative. And which of the following cannot be true? Whenever you have this type of keyword in the question, mark it instantly that okay, they're asking which of the following cannot be true. Because in such type of question, we quickly see that okay, which of the following is true, and we quickly see that okay, because three option will for sure be true. You will get that easily, and you won't check that okay, three options were true, but you had to choose the incorrect one, basically the option which is not true. So please try to mark the keyword. If a is negative, k is negative, then you can see that if a is negative, we know one thing, that the graph will be in downward nature. If k is negative, that means what? The y coordinate, or we also call it to be the ordinate only, is negative. that means what? The vertex. What this means? Vertex is in either third quadrant or fourth quadrant. Are you getting my point? So either the graph is going to be of this nature, of this nature, of this nature, like this. It can be of any type, like this. Okay. If this is the case, we can see one thing. F of 5 can be negative. Yes, the value at x equal to 5 can be negative. Like here, let's say if it is x equal to 5, for sure it will come out to be negative. F of minus 5, yes, at this point also it can be negative. F of 1, f of 1 is k. K is already a negative value, so this can be negative. F of 0 is minus k. But k is what? Negative. So minus k will be what? Positive. And f of 0 what? If it is positive, then the graph should pass like this or this. But this is not happening here. The vertex is what? Below the x-axis. Then only it is going to give you the y coordinate to be negative. That is the reason D will be not true. Got it? Very good question. See, all the six questions were brilliant, and as per the standard of the SAT exam, this much level you can easily expect in the examination. So you need to be thorough with the conceptual clarity and also how to build the approach, because you cannot build the approach right away in the examination for such question. At least you need to have the idea that how to deal with such type of question whenever you see these type of question in the examination. Got it? Okay, good. So that is it for this particular topic. Okay, the quadratic function. Now we will move ahead. Students, do you have any doubt in this particular topic? Any doubt in the topic of quadratic function? Give me yes or no. Till then I can have a sip of water. Okay. So next is system of linear and quadratic function. Okay. So we have two questions. So we have only 15 minutes remaining for the session. Okay. So what we will do? I mean, like, okay, I will try to cover the as much as topics, but yes, I can see that we can cover this particular topic, and then also as I told you, that I'm going to share that one particular uh, incident that I read about Sachin Tendulkar. That is definitely going to motivate you. So let us quickly revise this concept. Then I'm going to tell you that. Then we'll do the final two question, and then I guess then that will be for the session for the today's session. Okay. If we talk about this particular topic, which is nothing but what the system of linear and the quadratic equation. So the only thing that you need to understand, that what do we mean by system when we have more than one equation. If they're saying system of linear and quadratic equation, that means one equation will be linear, one will be quadratic. Now you need to understand one thing, that we can solve any system of linear and quadratic equation in two manners. Algebraically means what? You can simply equate the equations, or what you can do, you can solve these two equations. How? Like if we have y equal to 2x plus 1, y equal to this. So to solve them out, I'm going to equate these two equations. Why? Because one is saying y equal to this, second is saying y equal to this. But for a point of intersection, both will give me same y. That is the reason that I'm going to equate the RHS. That is the right hand side. In that manner, I can get the value of x. Once I will get the value of x, I will put it in any of the equation. I will get the value of y, because from that point only we started by assuming that y is equal. Graphically means what? That by drawing the graph. But this is not actually like, okay, very good approach. It depends that, okay, what type of equation they have given you. If they have given you very simple equation and they have provided you with some rough graph in the question itself, then you can go for it. Okay, so this is more appropriate approach. So we'll see with if you like by solving the two questions, that okay, how to solve such type of questions. Okay. Yes. See, it is not at all hard to score 800 out of 800. Trust me. This is something that I can say any time of the day or in the night. Okay. I will prefer to say it in the day, of course. But yes. Why? Because the way I'm teaching you all the concepts, I hope at least you're getting the idea that what is the requirement of this examination. Even the syllabus is easy. It seems easy at the very first instant when you're going to read it out, but yes, the moment you will dive into the smaller, like, okay, in the little, in the very basic concept, you will feel that, okay, that particular specific type of approach is required to solve the question, because there is something that we have, what, the time foundation. And here we don't have any negative marking kind of thing, right? But like, who knows, we don't know about the marking scheme of the SCT because they have never revealed it. But yes, if I say as per my experience, it all matters that how much questions you have like attempted in the correct manner. Basically, how many questions you have got incorrect. If you have, let's say, got incorrect 3 to 4 questions, if the level is so difficult of the paper, then you can easily expect 760 or 780, right? But for to get 800, you have to solve all the questions correctly, or you can afford max to max one question to be incorrect, because if the paper level is a little bit tough, then also that range of like, okay, correcting, like basically attempting the question correctly of 56, 57, 58 question, that also can give you 800 marks. So that is something you need to take care of. It is not hard. The only thing you need to see that you need to cover each and every topic of the syllabus extensively and thoroughly, and also the exact amount of question. Exact amount means what? That actually makes you feel confident about the topic, that you need to do. And all the things SATLAS is already providing you, so don't need to go here and there for any other guidance. Whatever you want to have, that SATLAS already have in it. So if you want mentorship, you can fill out the form that is given in the description. Or let's say, like, if you want to like check out the platform, already You have all the links available in the description. Okay, and already this live series is going on, so whatever doubts you're having, we are here to clear them up. Okay, that is it. So yes, I was talking about that particular incident. So Sachin Tendulkar is the name that I don't think that anybody need to know about him, because we already know that okay, he has been one of the greatest batsmen of the like okay of the decades, because he played cricket for like 24 years, right? So this is not something that is normal, right? We already had many legends in the cricket like Vivian Richards. We had already Sunil Gavaskar, many Brian Lara, Gilchrist, many batsmen. Right now, also many cricketers play very good cricket. But something that like okay, while I was reading few articles about him, then I got to know that okay, the people who lived with him lived in the sense like okay, let's say while like going on a tour, his coaches or whatever, like who got the time to interact with him, they all say one thing, that he used to play each and every ball in the practice session in the same manner he plays each and every ball in the actual match. Now try to relate with this particular statement. He plays each and every ball in the practice session from the very first ball of the practice session till the very last ball. He will play each and every ball in such manner the way he is going to play in the cricket match. That is the attitude that he used to carry in the practice session, because he knew that the way I'm going to play right now, the way I'm going to perform right now, the the way I'm going to scale up myself in terms of performance, same thing. I won't need to like okay focus much in the match if I'm already focusing at a very good level in the practice session. Because what we tend to do, we try to take practice at a very lighter note, that okay, it is fine that if I'm getting the questions incorrect, but at least I'm getting the concept correct, but so I will do it in the examination. No, you are already doing it incorrect right now, so practice it again. Because once you won't get that confidence, we all have like okay that good amount of confidence, but that actual confidence which actually is going to give you the best performance in the examination, that can only come when you take the practice itself, what like an examination. Are you getting my point? So this is something that definitely I read about him, and it really hit me. And that is the reason that whenever, let's say if I'm preparing something, let's say for the teaching purpose only, let's say sometimes we have to prepare some specific materials, then I don't think that okay, I'm going to, let's say I'm including 10 concepts and I'm going to teach students 8. So two, like, okay, I can add it anytime. No, whatever I'm adding to my notes, like the questions you can see here, the tips that we are having here, each and every tip we have included in the SATLAS in that manner that even a student who's studying any particular tip, that should give him the best guidance in the whole world for the SAT exam. So this is something that okay we are providing, and this is something that I have learned from that god of cricket, because he can be god of cricket, but also the main thing that I've seen him, the perseverance and the level of commitment he had with the game. Trust me, this is something that I have cherished from the very childhood of mine, because I've been his fan from the childhood. Trust me, even today I like to watch his innings. So I hope you're getting the idea what I'm trying to convey. Okay. I'm really sorry for the cough I'm having. I can't help it. I'm already taking everything to get the best of it, but yes, still. Okay, now we'll do the two questions that are, yes, that are for this particular topic, that is the system of linear equation and the quadratic equation. So if we talk about this particular question, that is in the xy plane, we're having above the graph. So here one quadratic equation is given, one straight line is given. So we have one intersection, basically two intersection points B and C. So what is the area of quadrilateral ABCD? So they're asking this area of quadrilateral ABCD. So you can do one thing, that you can calculate A and D. How? You can get B and C. Once you get B and C, you will get the x coordinate. Simply the A will be nothing but the x coordinate of B comma 0, and D will be nothing but the x coordinate of C comma 0, because we have dropped perpendicular from B and C. So we need to calculate B and C, and for that we need to calculate the point of intersection of these two things. So you can see that y equal to this and y equal to this. So I'm going to equate x plus 1 equated to x square minus 4x plus 5. In this manner, I guess I will get x square minus 5x and 5 minus 1, that is 4, right? Because x will come here, so minus 4x minus x is minus 5x, and 5 minus 1 is 4. And here you can see that if you try to create the factors, so you'll get x minus 4 and x minus 1 equal to 0. So x is 1 and 4. So b is what? Yes, 1. C is what? 4 comma. What is the value of y? So put 1 and 4 here. If I put it here, so I guess for x equal to 1, I will get y equal to 2. And for x equal to 4, I will get y equal to 5. So this is 1 comma 2 and this is 4 comma 5. So A is what? That is 1 comma 0. D is 4 comma 0, right? Now we want to calculate the area of this particular quadrilateral. So you do one thing. You can simply do one thing, that, okay, this point will be what? This will be at the same height, because this height is 2. So this height is 2, this height is 3, because already this whole full height basically CD is 5, and this length is what? This length is 3. This is also 3. So what I'm doing, I'm calculating the area of this rectangle, the red rectangle, that is 3 into 2 6, plus I'm calculating the area of this triangle, that is 1 by 2 into 3 into 3, that will be 6. 3 into 2 6, plus 9 by 2, 9 by 2 is 4.5, so 6 plus 4.5, so answer is 10.5. Okay, let us see the next question. How many solution does the system of equations have above? Okay, so y equal to x square minus x minus 12 and y equal to 3x. So remember one thing, that usually we have two solutions, okay, but still I will recommend you to quickly solve the equations, because might be there are sometimes, okay, the case is like this, so you won't get any solution. So don't get like, okay, don't think about that, but you can do one thing. What is that? That you can reject this infinitely many cannot be the case, okay. So yes, then you can simply, like, let's say if you don't have time, then you can, okay, choose like, okay, any of the options. Just I'm saying that, but yes, I don't recommend that, okay, doing that, because it's how easy it is to solve it. See, x square minus x minus 12 equal to 3x, that will give x square minus 4x minus 12 equal to 0. And I guess this is x square, so this will become x square minus 6x plus 2x minus 12. So this is nothing but going to give you x minus 6, x plus 2 equal to 0. So x is what? 6 and x is minus 2. So x is minus 2 means what? Y is minus 6 and x is 6, that is y is 80. So in that manner you can see that you are having two solution for this particular system of equation. So yes, how, like, okay, I don't think even like it took you 45 seconds or max to max more than 1 minute to have the accurate answer, okay, without thinking much of the question, okay. So that is it. So we have covered till tip 9, that is system of linear and quadratic equation. From the next session, we are going to cover the system of linear inequalities. Okay. So we covered system of, like, okay, we started from what? System of linear equation. Then what we did? Then we covered the area enclosed by lines. Then we covered line reflection. Then we covered quadratic function, a very important topic. Okay. And then we covered what? The system of linear and quadratic equation. Okay, so that is it for today's session. We are going to meet very soon, and we will start the very next session with the continuation of this particular topic, that is basically the next topic. Okay, now definitely throughout the session I then ask you for subscribe the channel, so definitely please I request you all to subscribe the channel and like this particular video, and whatever videos you're going to watch on this particular channel, if you like them, really please like hit that like button. Don't like, okay, be lethargic in doing that. Definitely if we are giving our best, I think that at least we can expect that much appreciation, if not much, right? And if I talk about the very next session that you're going to have on this particular session is by Miss Smruti, and that is for the English section, that is for language and writing. And this is nothing but tomorrow. Date is August 5, today is August 4. So tomorrow at like on August 5, 8 p.m. IC, at the exact time this session started, at the exact time tomorrow one session will be there by Miss Smruti, that is what? English language and for writing. Okay, so you can join in and you can cover that part of the SAT also, because we have the, like, okay, very qualified faculties already, they are giving their best. So just try to join the sessions live, and you are going to get the best out of it. Okay. So all the very best. Take care. See you soon. Bye. Okay. Good. Thank you. Thank you. You too. Take care. Bye.